We're going. Today is October 2nd, 2019, and we're learning about the slope of a line, finding slope. It's a good day. Math 1. Math 1. JJ's mom's in Kentucky, we think. How's Lily been? Okay, good. What is the current learning goal? Let's go with Bradley. Bradley?
I can create and use linear equations and graphs to model real life situations.
Good. And what's our why statement? Not you. I'm looking at you, but it's not going to be you. It's going to be. It's going to be Micah.
Line equations will help you understand how to
Good. Do you know how to measure the length of a room? What tool would you want, Gordon?
Probably meters.
A meter. What's a better tool? I want to find the length of this room. Tape measure. Could you measure the weight of a person?
Oh.
Yeah. What tool would you use?
Well, I know. Well, a scale.
A scale. Good. Do you know how to measure how steep a hill is?
Yes.
No.
How far up?
No. So that's what we're looking at. A measure of steepness. How steep something is. Because that's a useful measure for comparing things and talking about things. So by the end of the day, you're going to be able to measure the steepness of a line. So looking up here, raising a hand, which one do you think is the steepest? Which one, Mr. Fisher? A. Nice. Which one do you think is not the steepest? Chris? C, probably. So B is probably the middle. And notice here, maybe these are the same steepness that is going in the other side. So we have to be able to differentiate these different things. Well, this is called slope. The measure of steepness is called slope.
Will that be like a problem where like two of them are like the exact same?
Yes, but they'll be going in different directions. Yes. So there are 4 different types of slopes out there. And here they are. You need 4 little coordinate systems. For 4 little graphs. They have 4 little names. The world is calling me. Hey, it's Barre. I can. She's coming up right now. Bye-bye. Dude, where does Grandma live?
Like, not even 5 minutes in
Okay.
That's cool.
That's awesome, Grandma, man. Have her bring me a burrito. She just laughs. That wasn't a joke. That was serious, man. Grandma brings, yeah, okay. Undefined. These are the 4 types of slope. Yes.
Wouldn't undefined be like straight?
It's straight up.
Yes, but wouldn't it be like called straight?
It's called undefined. And that's we'll get to it hopefully. It's because it's undefined because there's a division by 0 that would occur and you can't divide by 0. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It'll make more sense. Stand up. It is time for slope aerobics. Stand up. Put your arms out like this. Give yourself some space. Everybody, make a positive slope with your arms. Positive slope. Make a negative slope. Make a 0 slope. Make an undefined slope. Oh, that's good. Set. Fish is doing undefined like this. This is cool too. Whatever you like. This or that. Oh. Jordan's doing this.
Straight.
Like go team.
I'm doing my
Good. Here we go. I'm gonna keep my arms down. Now you guys do it. Ready? I want a positive slope. Give me a positive.
Never mind.
Give me a negative.
Sorry.
Positive. 0 slope. Undefined.
Oh wait, I
Oh.
thought 0 was undefined.
Nope. They're different.
Wait.
Undefined. Everyone undefined? 0. Undefined. 0. Undefined. Positive. Negative. 0. Undefined. 0. Undefined. 0. Negative. Positive. Sit down.
All your
Every single time. Oh my goodness. I'm pulling your chair.
You must be able to identify these 4 slopes just by seeing them. Positive, negative, 0, and 5. One way that I remember it is if I'm writing my name on the slope, which way is my name going? Up. That's positive. If I write my name on the slope and it's going down, what is it?
Negative.
Negative. Yes.
for the 4 different graphs, could they be in different positions?
Yes. This I just drew this line here, but here. Positive, 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 like right? It's all negative, 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 right? 0, 0, 0, 0. Undefined, undefined, undefined. Does that answer the question? Kind of?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, those are just examples. But a positive line is always going like this. A negative line is always going like this. Undefined is always vertical. And a horizontal is always a 0. I have a slope video.
Oh, yay.
When it asks you if it's positive or negative, you say positive or negative.
Okay.
You got my lights for me there, Micah? And the video was glitching last time, so just deal with it. Positive or negative? Negative, negative.
That's kind of great.
What's it? Positive. Positive or negative right there. Right there. Negative. Positive or negative?
I felt this way before, so insecure.
Negative.
Positive.
Positive.
Oh my goodness.
I felt this way before, so insecure.
that landing ramp,
They would die.
The one where you,
the landing ramps, I think they put cargo containers
yeah.
inside it and then they
But
cover
that
it.
would still take a long time.
It would, yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, because it takes time to harden. It's solid mark.
Wait, how did wait?
No, he loves that.
Falling by
The slide when he died.
Yeah, it's fake. You watch it. It's fake. So
Okay. Oh.
it's
Okay.
cool to watch though.
I was like, wait, what? That's like a
The
that's
slide
a
one
like
is
that
fake.
so
The motorcycle stuff real.
Wait, what happened? The guy going down the.
The slide is fake. Because I've looked it up and it's fake.
How did
Okay,
it,
I was
You
like,
can never trust anything.
How much you think?
like the guy who landed in the
It's
pool?
kind of cool though. Now, the definition of slope. Slope is defined as rise over run. So we're going to get this into the notes. The definition of slope is rise over run. So we're going to write like a slope, which equals m, which equals rise. You're going to learn later on that m is the variable we use to define slope. Slope is m, which is y equals mx plus b.
yeah, I learned that.
We're getting to that, not today though. Slope can also be defined as change in x. How did the x change and how did the y change? Sometimes we write slope like this.
That's a lot.
Triangle x, triangle y. It's not a triangle though. In math, we call this a delta. And delta means change. We also say that slope
Oh my gosh.
equals rate of change.
Better not be
Don't
another
do
equation
it.
slow.
Do it. Sometimes slope is.
Slope.
No, there we go. Okay, good.
Delta. Airline stuff. The
It's
delta.
like 4 ways straight slope.
Delta looks like
Stand up.
Oh no!
It's a good one. You're gonna like this.
You like that?
This is the slope song.
Oh, I remember this.
It starts like this. There's a dance that goes with it.
I don't.
Okay. It goes rise over run, rise over run. The slope is defined. Rise over run. You've got it. It's the whole song. Ready? Rise over run. Rise over run. The slope is defined. Rise over run. Slow motion now. Ready?
Yeah.
rise over run. The slope is defined. Rise over run.
Speed it up now. Rise over run. Rise over run. The slope is defined. Rise over run. Okay. And now we're gonna do it like just a miserable middle school kid.
Oh,
You wanna come up and help us with this?
Let me get a
Okay,
picture.
so-
Oh yeah, yeah.
Come on.
I got you guys.
I got you.
I need to look at
You, no, here. Miserable. Ready? Here we go.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, middle school sucks, man.
Rise over run. Rise over run. I cannot believe we have to do this. The
We're
slope
middle schoolers.
is
Yeah, we should be doing
defined
this.
Y'all doing the
rise
wrong
over
Oh,
run.
you know what? I'm too cool for school.
Rise over run. Doing a good job back there. Rise over run. The slope is defined rise over run. What's the definition of slope? What's the definition of slope? What's the definition of slope? Take a seat.
I got
He's
it.
so shocked with this
I got it, Kaz. Look, you know these.
Lift your chair with you instead of sliding it.
See, the viewers at home are like, dang.
Our
That
class is
beautiful voices.
rise over run.
Welcome.
Slope is a measured thing. We will measure it. Here's how we do it. First off, is this positive or negative?
Positive.
This is positive. In order to find the slope, and you're going to put this in the notes, you have to find 2 good points. That's your first step. You have to find 2 good points. If I was measuring the width of this room, I would have to find 2 points in the room, right? I can't just say, hey, measure this. You have to know a start and an end to measure anything. Good points. Good points are where the line perfectly crosses the coordinate system. Is this a good point right here? No. Good point? No. Good point because this is where it all comes together. Good point?
No.
Good point?
No, yes. Yes.
Got to find 2 good points. Once you have 2 good points, we're going to draw a triangle in. What I mean by that is you're drawing in a right triangle between the 2 points. There's my slope triangle. What's the definition of slope? Rise over run. I'm going to count the rise and count the run. How does this, and the rise is the length here. What's the length of this line? 3. So count the rise and run. The rise is 3, the run is 1. There's my rise and run. Put rise over run. Which is 3 over 1. Add a negative if needed. 5. I can count the rise and run of a negative line and a positive line. The only way you can tell them apart is if you put the negative on it. Because this slope and that slope might be the exact same slope, like 3 over 1, but you've got to put the negative on it. If it's negative, you put the negative on. If it's positive, it's positive. You've got to add the negative, yes.
Would you put negative on the numerator?
I would put it on the numerator, up on the top. Yes. Sure, yes. What do you, yes.
Here.
I'm not sure what you got.
Can you do the triangle here?
You can.
There?
Yep, look, it says the exact same thing. 3 over 1. And look, you could go from here to here. And you know what this would be? 6 over 2, which is the same as 3 over 1. It's a great question. It is time for whiteboards. And markers.
I got a good way for it. I'm just gonna pick it up. Pick it up and walk. No shocking. Thank you. I wish they made
Slide 11, find the slope of the line.
Oh, dang it.
You're supposed to draw a triangle, right? Oh,
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Yeah. Simplify it. No. Yes. Yes. Simply there it is. Yep, you had it. You were right. Using that as an eraser? Yeah. Okay, don't anymore. Because that I don't want to burn through all my tissues. Bring an eraser from home. Just get like a sock or something from home. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. So what is my first step?
you find the 2 points.
Find 2 good points. You tell me when I come to a good point. Is this a good point?
No.
Is this a good point?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Good. I've done step 1. What is step number 2? JJ? Draw a slope triangle. What is step number 3, Maddie?
What? I'm sorry.
What is step number 3?
You have to count the rise.
Okay, what's the rise of this?
Is it 10?
It's 10. And then what do I need to do?
You have to count the run.
Which is?
I can't see.
It's on your computer.
Use it by the-
Good. What's my next step, Nico?
Put rise over
Okay, what's the rise?
10,
Over.
30,
Can that simplify? To what?
130.
Good. What's my next step in this process? Chris,
Add a negative if needed.
do I need a negative on this?
So we need to simplify with 3/2,
Do I need a negative on it? I do not need a negative. This is a positive slope. We're done. The answer is 1/3. Questions? Next one, number 12.
You're happy in your calculator? Sorry, that's some stuff in my head.
Got it. Yes, yes. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. No, I'm saying no to you now. I'm changing it. No. Yes, yes, no. No, are you in the right question?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, it's
It is negative.
you told me you said yes.
I changed it.
Wait,
Yes.
is it?
It is. First question, what do I do first, Aiden?
Oh, find 2 good points.
Done. What do I do now, Aiden?
Draw slope triangle.
Done. What do I do now, Aiden?
Count rise and run.
10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. What do I do next, Lizeth? Put rise over run. Simplify this down for me, Chris.
4 7s.
And then, Greenlee, what do I do at the end? Give me the last step. Do I need a negative? I do need a negative because this is a negative slope.
We need to put it on both.
No, because if you put it on both, it becomes positive. A negative over a negative is a positive. Just put it on one, put it on the top.
So it would be negative 4.
It would be negative 4 over 7, negative 4 sevenths. Number 13. Other people have that also, so let's just say it's right. No, yes, yes. No, yes. You're miscounting. Yes, yes, yes.
Let's go.
Let's go. Jackson, what do I do first?
Find 2 good points.
Find a good point. Right here? Right there. What do I do now, Jackson?
You count the rise and run.
Nope, I don't do that yet.
What? Oh, gosh, what?
Then what do I do?
Count the rise.
Good. I've counted the rise and run. Then what do I do, Miranda? Put rise over run. And then, Brad?
Yeah, add a negative.
Add a negative if necessary. Negative 2/3. Now, I don't want to count the squares on the triangle. What I want this time is I want you just to look at the points. I want you to look at 2,3 and 8,6 and see if you can figure out a way to find the slope with just looking at the points. Work on it and talk to your neighbor about it. You got it, Greenlee? Talk to your neighbors about this. Just looking at the points. Yeah, you don't.
We're so smart.
Actually, no, I did not.
So Greenlee,
8,6.
you seem like you have a method for this. Okay. So what's your method, Greenlee?
So after you find the 2 points that,
So I'm not going to find the 2 points. This is all I'm giving you is this. You've got that and that.
when you
And-
find the
then you minus the x-axis so minus like 8 minus 2, which equals 6 for the bottom of the,
So 8 minus 2 is 6.
for
Okay.
the run.
That's your run.
And then 6 minus 3 equals 3 for the rise.
Okay. So I'm going to explain it right here. Slope is change in y over change in x. How did y change? Y was at 3, and now it's at 6. How did y change?
Add.
How did it change?
It went up. It went positive.
But so for I have $10 in my pocket. Tomorrow I have $25 in my pocket. How did it change?
Wait.
Money appeared.
$20 now?
What is it?
$20 more dollars?
So this idea of change.
Oh, $20 a day?
Right now, as of right now, I have $10 in my pocket, let's say. Tomorrow, I have $25 in my pocket. How did the amount of money change?
You gained $15.
It went up by 15. Okay. A year ago, I weighed 150 pounds. Now I weigh 145 pounds. How did my weight change? How did my weight change?
5 pounds.
What is it?
5 pounds.
5 pounds? I gained 5 pounds?
Or lost.
My weight went down by 5 pounds. This is the idea of change. Y was at 3, now it's at 6. How did Y change? It went up by 3. That's your rise. X was at 2, now X is at 8. How did X change? What's the change in X?
It went up by 6.
That's your run. So what's your fraction? Or what's your slope? 1/2. Yes.
So like, is it just a coincidence? Because like, it's since like the if you look at the second number in them, it's 36 as well. Could you do that or no? Or is it just a coincidence?
What?
If you look at the second numbers in both of them, both of the points.
Oh, that's a total coincidence.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Gotcha. Is the slope negative or positive?
Positive.
Positive. And it's positive 1/2. Let's try another one. Ignore that. So, slide 16, here are the 2 points. See if you can find the slope without counting. Change in y over change in x. Change in y. How did y change? What you're telling me right now is that it ran more than it rose. It's rise over run. No, 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 yes, yes. Simplify it.
That's not a Z, that's
Okay, make it look like a 2, not a D.
Is that?
That looks like a
That's
D.
my geometry.
What? This is how I draw my 4s.
Well, wait, is
Big.
that better?
That's better. That's closer to a 2.
I got it extra more.
Good. And so what's your slope? Can you simplify the fraction? So right here, y was at -2,